Welcome to Speak Fluent with Armin. I'm Armin, and I'm joined by my co-host, Ashley. How's it going, Ashley?
Hey Armin, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I'm really excited about today's episode because we're diving into a book that's been a game changer for so many people, The Richest Man in Babylon. I'm sure you're familiar with it, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's one of those books that keeps popping up when people talk about financial wisdom. And the cool part, the principles are just as relevant today as they were when the book was first published. But I have to admit, it's not just about money. It's about life strategies too, right?
Exactly. The book tells us how to manage our finances, yes, but it's also packed with lessons about discipline, patience, and living a life with purpose. It's written in this really interesting parable style, set in ancient Babylon, so it almost feels like a story while teaching real-world advice.
And that's what I love about it. It makes financial advice feel less intimidating and more approachable. So, in today's episode, we're going to break down some of the key lessons from the book and discuss how can we apply them to our own financial journeys. Sound good?
Sounds perfect. Let's jump into it and start with one of my favorite lessons, the idea of paying yourself first. I think this is one of those concepts that really changes the way you think about money, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's such a simple idea but incredibly powerful. So, let's dive into that and see how it can help us build financial security over time. Stay tuned, everyone.
In-depth analysis of The Richest Man in Babylon. Overview: The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason is one of the most influential personal finance books ever written. Published in 1926, its timeless lessons on money management, wealth creation, and financial discipline are delivered through engaging parables set in ancient Babylon. These stories revolve around characters such as Akkad, the richest man in Babylon, and his experiences in accumulating wealth. The book is known for its simplicity, making it accessible to everyone, regardless of their financial background or literacy. The principles shared by Clason in this book are not just financial tips, but also valuable life lessons. Each story emphasizes key values such as discipline, the importance of saving, and the pursuit of knowledge, all of which can be applied not only to personal finance, but also to any long-term goal, including learning a language.
Alright, let's dive into this one. The Richest Man in Babylon is a classic, but what makes it so relevant today, even though it was written nearly a century ago?
That's such a great question, Armin. I think what makes it timeless is that the lessons it teaches about money, like saving, investing, and managing debt, are universal. Whether you're in 1926 or 2025, people are still dealing with the same financial challenges. What Clason does really well is present these ideas through engaging parables, which makes them easier to understand and apply.
Yes, exactly. And the structure of the book, using storytelling to convey practical lessons, is really effective. It feels like you're getting advice from someone you trust, like Akkad, the richest man in Babylon. He's not just telling you what to do. He's showing you, through his own experiences, how these principles work.
I totally agree. And let's talk about the simplicity of it. Clason doesn't bombard you with complex jargon or complicated financial theories. He makes financial advice feel natural, like it's something anyone can implement. It's not about being a financial expert. It's about making small, smart decisions over time that lead to big results. For example, the principle of pay yourself first is incredibly simple, yet so powerful.
That idea of paying yourself first might seem straightforward, but it's a game changer for so many people. It's about prioritizing savings before anything else, whether it's bills or other expenses. I've seen it work wonders for people who struggle with budgeting. When you make saving a habit, it becomes automatic, and that's how you start building wealth over time.
Right. And let's not forget that this book also teaches discipline. It's not just about spending wisely, it's about cultivating the discipline to make decisions today that will benefit your future self. And that's a theme we can apply to so many areas of life, not just finance.
Exactly. It's the same mindset required for achieving long-term goals. Whether you're trying to improve your health, build a career, or learn a language, the idea of delayed gratification and consistency is key. In a way, personal finance and learning a language share a lot of similarities. You need to invest time, effort, and consistency. Just like Arkad had to invest his money wisely, we need to invest in our skills, step by step.
That's such a great point. And speaking of the connection between personal finance and learning, let's talk about how Clayson stresses the importance of knowledge. He encourages us to continually seek wisdom and learn from those who are more experienced. In personal finance, that means learning from successful investors or even reading books like this one. In language learning, it's the same. It's about finding resources, teachers, and mentors who can guide you on your journey.
Exactly. And this is where the beauty of Clausen's approach shines. It's not just about getting rich financially, but about growing as a person. The mindset that you can apply to wealth building is the same mindset you can apply to personal development. It's about constantly seeking improvement, whether it's in money management or other life goals.
Yes, and it really ties back to the core message of the book: discipline, knowledge, and taking action. These are the building blocks for success, whether you're trying to build financial security, improve your career, or master a new language.
So, for everyone listening, remember that the principles in The Richest Man in Babylon are just as much about life as they are about finance. Small, consistent steps, a commitment to learning, and applying wisdom in everyday decisions can change the course of your life.
I couldn't agree more. All right, let's dive deeper into one of these principles in our next segment. Stay tuned, folks.
Key themes and idioms. 1. Pay yourself for air. A key principle in The Richest Man in Babylon is to pay yourself first. In essence, this means prioritizing your savings before spending on anything else. Arkad, the protagonist, advises everyone to set aside 10% of their income for future wealth building. This principle works on the idea of saving a percentage of income, no matter how small. In modern terms, this could also be related to automating savings or investing a portion of your income before you even receive your paycheck. Common idiom, "Oh, pay yourself first." This is now widely used in financial advice, encouraging people to save for their future before spending on luxuries.
Let's break down this concept of pay yourself first. This is something we often hear about in modern finance, right? But when Arkad, the protagonist of The Richest Man in Babylon, suggests setting aside 10% of your income, it's not just about saving. It's about creating a habit that grows over time.
Exactly. It's a strategy that promotes discipline. When you pay yourself first, you make sure that your future is prioritized. And the fascinating thing about this advice is that it's not tied to how much you earn. It's about setting aside a portion, no matter how small. Even if you're earning a little, you can start building wealth with just 10%. It's all about consistency.
And this principle is very much in line with the idea of automating savings, something we talk about all the time today. For example, if you have a percentage of your income going into a savings account or investment fund before you even touch the rest of your paycheck, you're doing exactly what Arkad suggested centuries ago. It's a strategy that eliminates the temptation to spend everything.
That's such an important point. This strategy works because it shifts your mindset. Instead of thinking, "I'll save whatever is left after spending," you're making savings a non-negotiable part of your financial routine. And that's where the idiom "pay yourself first" comes in. It's not just a suggestion, it's a piece of actionable advice that has now become a cornerstone of modern financial planning.
Right. It's such a simple phrase, but its impact is profound. By prioritizing savings first, you are investing in your future. And it ties into the broader theme of financial discipline in the book. Arkad teaches that building wealth requires consistent, mindful action. It's not just about making money, it's about managing it well.
And let's not forget how it also encourages financial independence. The sooner you start saving, the sooner you can start building wealth that works for you, instead of constantly working for money.
That's the power of the principle. So, to wrap it up, when you pay yourself first, you're doing more than just setting money aside. You're building the foundation for a life of financial freedom.
Well said, Armin. Now, let's continue the text and see what other golden nuggets of wisdom our Cod has for us.
2. A fool and his money are soon parted. This famous idiom highlights the dangers of impulsive spending and poor financial decision-making. Clayson illustrates through various characters that money easily slips away when individuals do not plan their spending and fail to invest wisely. The core lesson is simple. Avoid being reckless and wasteful with your money. Common idiom, "Oh, a fool and his money are soon parted." The book encourages readers to act with prudence, avoid unnecessary luxuries, and practice financial discipline.
So, let's dive into this next part, which is a classic piece of advice. A fool and his money are soon parted. We've all heard the phrase, but in this part of the book, Clayson really emphasizes how important it is to make thoughtful decisions with your money.
Absolutely. This part really speaks to the consequences of impulse spending. In the story, Clayson uses different characters to show how money slips away when there's no clear plan. It's about being mindful, right? People who fail to plan or think ahead tend to lose their wealth quickly, even if they earn a lot. It's a powerful warning about the dangers of poor financial decisions.
Right. So the lesson here is about being cautious and disciplined with our spending. It's like when you're managing your budget, you need to know where your money goes. If you don't have control, it's easy to waste it on things that aren't important in the long run. Clayson even warns against unnecessary luxuries that might feel good in the moment but won't benefit you in the future.
And this is where the idiom really shines. A fool and his money are soon parted isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a reminder that without wise choices, your wealth can disappear just as quickly as it arrived. The book encourages readers to think twice before making big purchases or decisions that could hurt their financial stability.
Exactly. And this concept ties back to the idea of financial discipline. It's not about living a life of deprivation, but making smart, intentional decisions that contribute to long-term security. Avoiding impulsive purchases and investing wisely is key to building lasting wealth.
Definitely. It's about having that balance, being disciplined but also smart enough to know where to allocate your resources for future growth. So let's continue exploring the next section of the book and see what other valuable lessons Clayson has to offer.
Absolutely. Let's keep going. This book is packed with insights, and we're just scratching the surface. Stay tuned, everyone.